Hey everyone, welcome back to Goblins 3. Last time, we had just launched a rock at Colossus's head, intending to destroy his helmet so we could make him fall on his head and knock himself out. Let's see how that turned out. Excellent. He is now defenseless. Let's go beat him up. Or at least talk to him. We're not the beating up sort of reporter.
He is paid to prevent all ships from docking.
Well, we do at least get a new line now that he's without his helmet. So, finally, we can saw the leg of his hammock and knock him down.
Before doing this dangerous thing, I must free Bizou.
Yeah, you may be asking, who the heck is Bizou? And why do we have to free Bizou? Well, the game doesn't really tell you. But it's not hard to find, I just don't know why Blount knows about that ahead of time. So you remember that tiny speck on the ice island? With this spyglass, we can finally see what it's about.
This is Bizou, a migrating flybug. She is so cold.
Yeah, so we have to help her. And in order to do that, we're going to need Ouya's magic. But he can't get over there from here. We can, however, build a bridge to return to the island with a giant. And this is why, when he gets on the balloon in front of the giant's island, he hovers there for a very, very long time. We need to take advantage of this, and put together all the pieces of the puzzle we've got so far. We gotta wait until the balloon reaches the ice island before Blount will even move. And we have to hurry to get him to the left side of the screen because we don't have a lot of time to get this done. We get Ouya to hover on the balloon, and Blount to make the giant sneeze. Darn goat. We deal with you, goat. We can't really deal with a goat. So, Ouya's kinda stuck over here, but there is yet another bridge. And for some reason, he's really bad at pathfinding from that island. So I just have to make him move down here, and then back up to where the giant is. And now, let's try this again. Oh, wait a second. I need to deal with the goat first! Oops. Alright, so for this we need to mess around with the last couple of things in the room we didn't touch yet. This obvious pile of sandbags in the corner, which we can use to weigh down the prominent hot air balloon. And that makes it hover right over the goat. So now, if we cut free one of the sandbags that's already attached, no more goat. Now, we can get Ouya over to the right side of the screen. And don't worry about the goat. I'm pretty sure no animals were harmed in the making of this game. And alright, we're getting closer. We've got geysers with steam gushing out of them here. We can't do anything with those. But there are two holes over on the left side of the island, so if we have Ouya stand on one and Blount cap one of the geysers, we get to start all over. So let's go do that, shall we? For some reason, sometimes when you tell Blount to plug a geyser, he flies way over to the far side of the screen. Brilliant! But now we're just one island over from where we want to go. Yeah, no, Ouya doesn't seem to want to talk to the meteorologist anymore. And the balloon is the obvious mode of transport to get over the island, but we can't reach it from there. So the trick is to cut off another bag's worth of ballast. And now it's up near the top of the island, so Ouya can climb into it. And now he's just sort of stuck there. So we weigh it down with sandbags, which as we've seen, makes it move downward and to the left. One more ought to do it. At least I hope so, because it doesn't seem like that rope is going to stretch any farther. Nope, I clicked on the ballast instead of the tiny ring of the basket right up there. Alright, and finally Ouya can reach Bazoo and use his magic. That was way more effort than it was worth.
To thank me, Bazoo suggests that she should travel with me for a while.
Yep, we're traveling with an insect and a snake in our inventory. We're real animal lovers in this game. And what do we do with Bazoo? Nobody knows. But now, finally, we can defeat Colossus.
My future is most uncertain. This time, how shall I get out of here?
Yeah, so now Blount's been captured. We're playing just as Ouya. And there's not a whole lot that Ouya can do. We can try messing with Forbalis. I mean, he's stuck in a cage. He must know a way to get out of them. Nah, Ouya's gonna get his revenge, but that doesn't help us. Let's see if we've just got any cage-opening magic on us by chance, shall we?
Now it's time for me to show you the extent of my skills. You'll see what you will see.
Oh, I'm staggered.
Okay, I'm bowing.
Yeah, it was a really weird translation. In the version I played, Blount kinda says he's exhausted, and the shadow says he's impressed.
He finds me really pale.
And I think that was kinda reversed. Blount is really pale because we have detached his shadow from his body, and we're now playing as the shadow, so we can talk to other shadows.
Seems that Colossus is allergic to pollen.
Well, that'll be useful information. No, he can't talk to Colossus himself.
He says that I am only a shadow of myself.
Oh, ha ha ha.
before, the robot announced the arrival of ships. It's missing a piece.
Well, I can't see why that would be any useful to us.
It doesn't work anymore, but I can try to repair it.
Still not seeing what use that has for us, but... Well, the thing we need to do here is put a bug on Colossus. I'm not sure I can really explain how this makes any logical sense, but it does, and now we're playing as Bizoo on Colossus's face. Now, there must be something for us to do here. So this is a rather prophetic ad up in the corner. But, yeah, we just get this hint about pollen again. And the newspaper calls Bizoo him. The dialogue calls Bizoo her. I don't know what to think. This guy's eye creeps me out, but he's got the other one closed.
He had the huge grain of sand in his eye. It must hurt him a lot.
Oh, grain of sand, we need that.
This grain of sand would be useful to Blount. I must extract it.
But it seems we can't get at it from the front. We'll have to go in from the inside. Well, not that way. Oh, a bit closer. But I think we're going to need to go in the other ear.
This grain of sand can hardly be seen. I can see it better from the front.
Right, but we couldn't get it from the front. So what the heck do we do? I'm going to have to sit and think about this for a bit.
It feels good to rest for a while. Well, that's not all. Let's work.
Indeed. What we need to do is actually poke around inside Colossus's mouth. Yes, he swallowed a piece of toothpick, and we can use that to prop the eye open. And we still can't get the grain from outside, but if we go through the inside now, we've got enough light to see it. And there it is. But we don't seem to be able to move it. Well, he has a giant nose hair, and that's going to be key to this whole thing. Yep, it makes him shed a single tear, which is our ticket off the face. Great, it got lodged in his bandana. And we can't get down there from here. So, let's just try the same route. We can ride on the teardrop ourselves. Well, that was rude. What the heck was that all about? I'm gonna hit this guy with a toothpick. That's what I'm gonna do. Oh, it's a baby flea. Okay. And more of them. They just beat up the whole family.
What an inextricable jungle.
Except that for the first time Bazoo steps in that spot, she has to say that line, and you don't have enough time to hit all the fleas. It's annoying. But we can get back to it. I don't know if she's got anything to say if you just click on these fleas. I've never bothered to do it, and don't really feel like it. They're all annoying and ugly, and I want them to die. Or at the very least, be knocked unconscious for a little while. I don't know what actually happens to all of them, but there's the one that punched me. And if you're fast enough, you can take him out too. He will no longer stand in the way of our teardrop riding. And we can finally get the grain completely off his face.
Here is the grain that will ruin this machinery.
Yeah, that's right. This whole thing was to get that grain of sand that we were told would destroy the catapult. And there it is, that tiny pixel there that I don't seem to be able to click on. So let's put it in the gears and start it up.
The fatidical grain of sand has been placed. Now let's start the machine.
Neither one of them can start the machine. I just use Ouya for this because he tends to be closer. And there we go. No more ships will be shot down. And we've got the gear, which we can use to replace the robot's missing part. Only we've got to open the robot first. Now the funny thing is, if you try to open the robot before your Shadow Blount, he says that his hands aren't light enough for the work. And that was what the robot does. But somehow it's got a piece of pollen in its mouth, and we can use that to make Colossus sneeze. And just like the troll way back at the beginning of the game, if he smacks his face on the metal control panel in front of him, he'll be knocked out. Sadly, he's not going to smell the pollen when it's on top of his head. We need a catapult to get up there, something springy, like the end of his nose. Yeah, well, not quite springy enough, I suppose. That's better. Now we can get the pollen and get it a lot closer to his smell receptors. I don't know why the inventory window is so big at this point.
It doesn't hold.
Yeah, it just seems to fall right out of that gap. So let's put something up there to block it. The problem is, if it's too small for the pollen to get down, it's too small for the pollen to get up. But this ear came out the nostril, and that's our route to the inside.
The pollen grain is too big. It doesn't pass.
Of course. We're going to need to force it down there, and for that, we need a running start.
Watch out! He is going to sneeze. Help!
Surprised, Blount easily obtained a meeting with Queen Xena, who was flattered that he was coming from so far away. All of a sudden, the light of the moon entered the room.
Colossus, Técrasibus, Labyrinthelle,
Belle, poubelle girl.
Godas, Mamie, Garou, Ami, Labyrinthelle, Mimorpionibus,
Papoulipette. Papou, pépette.
Mi, Piti, Gari, Rari, Glou, 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 glou.
So yeah, the queen doesn't seem all that pleased that we turned into a werewolf in the middle of her throne room. We'll have to try to diplomatically patch up this situation next time